This is Valmiki Ramayan, Season 7, Episode 24. We have now come to the end of Ram's story, Ram's journey. Ramasya Charitam, Ramasya Ayanam, Ramayanam. But how is this Adikavya, the oldest epic, relevant in today's world? How does it matter in our day-to-day lives? Valmiki gives us the answer in the very beginning, in the first sarga of the Balakand, when he says, Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmadnyascha kritadnyascha satyavakyo dridavratah. Who in the world lives today that has all the qualities of an outstanding person? Who can be a great role model? Someone who never strays from the path of righteousness and truth, dharma and satya. Someone that has the strength of character. He is a man of action, highly capable, intelligent, and a doer. Gunavan, Vidvan, Viryavan, Samarthascha. He is grateful for things that go right, and for those that do not, he holds no bitterness. He is not jealous of others, and he never remains silent in the face of wrongdoing. And then Valmiki wrote about Ram, the prince of Ayodhya. Ram had all these qualities and more. Ram was devoted to the welfare of the whole world. Sarva bhuteshu hitah. He always thought of others, not his self-interest. Ram was kind, gentle, empathetic, and forgiving. He had a cheerful and pleasant personality. He was quite literally the one who delights, which is the meaning of the word Ram. Ram's qualities were tested in the most extreme of circumstances. On the day of his coronation, Ram went from having it all, lordship over the whole world, to having nothing at all. And this happened for no fault of his. He was let down by someone he called mother. But he accepted it without a word and ensured that dharma was upheld. And thus, he exemplified acceptance. Later, when Sita was kidnapped, Ram exemplified action. Despite extremely heavy odds, Ram found out where Sita was, defeated one of the most powerful armies in the world, and got her back safely. Thus, Ram is called Purushottam, the greatest of men, the highest example of what it means to be a good human. Now, what is the purpose of describing any ideal? Think about it. Sports stars are role models for youngsters aspiring to do well in those sports. Stories of great entrepreneurs and CEOs inspire the next generation of business leaders. But who is the role model for good behavior? Maharshi Valmiki wrote the Ramayana so that Ram's exemplary behavior may inspire us. Asking whether the Ramayana is relevant anymore is like asking whether being a good human being is relevant in today's world. Of course it is, more so than ever. In fact, it is so relevant at every step of our lives that traditionally it is meant to be read again and again. Over time, the right actions become our default actions, and thus the study of Ramayana builds character. Note once again, Valmiki's intention right at the beginning is to tell the story of the ideal person. The intent is not to talk about a king and how he defeated his enemies. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking of the Ramayana as essentially a fight between two kings, or worse, between one race and another. We are so used to reading history through the lens of kings and their conquests that we misunderstand the Ramayana as one more such story. And then we wonder, if this is a fight, surely there is another side to the story. We forget that this is a story of a great man facing and overcoming the challenges of life. There is no other side. Valmiki's Ram demonstrates ideal behavior in his various roles: as a prince, a son, a husband, a friend, a student, and even as an adversary. There is so much to learn from each of these specifics. At the same time, the Ramayana can also guide us more generally at every step of our lives. The Ramayana helps us make the right decisions. Can we think beyond ourselves and our self-interest? Can we choose the right thing to do even when the costs are high? Do we support others when they need us? Sometimes our challenges seem insurmountable. We feel overwhelmed and hopeless, or we become angry and bitter. Thinking of what Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and Hanuman did, we remind ourselves to keep going, to never give up. And thus, the Ramayana is supremely energizing, Ojaskaram. And once all that can be done is done, the Ramayana helps us cheerfully accept whatever life throws at us. The Ramayana is relevant for everyone and for all times. Valmiki's Ram does not come with the baggage of any philosophy. There are no religious do's and don'ts in this book. Ram's ideal is not limited by any specific doctrine. Who can argue that being brave, generous, grateful, thoughtful, and caring is not good? That is why it is said, Yavat sthasyanti girayah saritascha mahitale tavad Ramayana katha lokeshu pracharishyati. As long as the mountains and rivers exist on this earth, Ramayana, the story of Ram, will always be told. So let us always keep Ram in our hearts. Let us always be inspired by him. And let us always be the best that we can be.
Jai Shri Ram.
Iti ha asa. That is how it happened.